Now I know you can admit, sometimes you just can't help yourself, and you just let those demons run rampant, and it's perfectly fine. It just happens. We're human, we're men, and all of us are succumbed to, at one time or another, to procrastination. Men just naturally procrastinate more within life, due to our increasing impulsivities that we react to a lot of things within everyday reality. And I would emphatically say that the devil deep inside of every man is his ability to procrastinate. And what I mean by the devil deep inside within every man with their procrastination is that lower point of a man, that darker side, that can leave just such a taste of distaste within his life that is shown out through his actions, through his thoughts, and ultimately when it is acted upon, when it is tapped into, it effectively affects his life in such a negative manner. Because simply, if you just keep putting stuff off, just keep putting it off, it's as if you're just digging your own grave. You're digging deeper, deeper inside. You just keep digging and digging and digging a deeper hole for you to climb out of. And it's just quite obvious to see and witness what happens when a man just keeps digging those holes for him, when he keeps procrastinating, putting stuff off within his life. Everything starts to avoid him because he is so deep caught into that trance. There's no saving him. There's no attempts that can be willing enough to help him out of it. Just caught up in unseen, distant darkness as you're stumbling around the rock bottom. Not going out and socializing properly into normal society, just staying in your space and doing an online chat, so to speak, ignoring your health completely because of the dopamine effect from the intake of certain foods or activities you are indulging in because of just that dopamine effect. Not going out of your way to experience true intimacy out into your reality because it's just a click away for you. And in a lot worser cases, not working, not paying your bills on time, living off of a government payment, or moving in the basement of your parents' house, and just leeching off of it with a full avoidance of giving any kind of contribution to your life. Procrastination is truly the devil that keeps a man down deep inside in the darkness, completely unseen, completely unheard, completely non-existent. I actually had a pretty crazy dream the other night that inspired this video that I'm filming currently. It was kind of a tough day at work. I was just dealing with a lot of stress and I just honestly couldn't take it afterwards. I had to go off about something and just really kind of rethink stuff, like question stuff. Am I doing something stupid, or what is the point of all this? Nothing seems to be progressing in certain aspects. Oh yeah, just a heads up to my audience. I mean, in a lot of ways I could say I'm just like the normal viewer out there. I tie up my work boots every morning and go to work just like you guys, so I have a complete understanding of that stress. I really do. But within this dream, it was a certain setting where there was a huge mountaintop right in front of me. And I kind of looked up, but I scaled it upwards and just to see how high it was. And then all of a sudden I just kind of grabbed at it. I started to effortlessly climb it as if I was kind of levitating all the way to the top. Like it just didn't feel like any type of work, and wouldn't you know it, within seconds I was on top of that mountain view. It was just a glorious view. And from what I remember, on top of that mountain view, I looked down below and I saw people that were quite curious of me being up there, as if they wanted to be experiencing the same type of thing I was seeing. So I jumped down below it effortlessly. And then from there, kind of just going through the same motions as I just did before and letting them interpret it. And all of a sudden we're climbing mountaintops right on top effortlessly, and we're on top viewing that beautiful viewing point. And then all of a sudden Sydney Sweeney dressed as Cortana from Halo showed up riding a unicorn, and she picked me up and we got married and had 1 million kids. Best fucking dream of my life. But what I noticed realizing and thinking through that dream the day after was a certain type of feeling. Going off of what I was doing within that dream, climbing that mountaintop so effortlessly, and then all of a sudden showing others and having them interpret it, and then also climbing it so effortlessly, it gave that feeling of upliftingness to me. So much so that I kind of tapped into my computer and I actually just emailed a couple of people that I've coached in the past, that's been kind of a while, and just sent them an uplifting message. And wouldn't you know it, it had such a great effect. A lot of those guys that I emailed with that message really helped them what they were going through at that present moment, as if they really needed it at that present moment, as it really jogged them out of it. It uplifted them from the depths they were feeling. So it stands that a man indulges more in procrastination within his life, that he's more succumbed to it, more reciprocal to it. So says the same exact thing for a man with optimism. And I would agree, as you would as well, that curing procrastination within life is a complete change that needs to happen to your environment. And down to the most simplest of matters, when anything wants to change anything within their life, that is a must, a need for change. Optimism is the go-to. With optimism, obviously it starts with your mindset. Thinking of everything that is going on within a positive, good manner. Expecting that good things will happen, no matter what is going on. And this is why optimism can bombard procrastination. Because procrastination is you avoiding something and just doing nothing. Optimism is doing something, no matter what it is, and having a convincingly positive, good attitude all the way through it. That you know something good is going to happen out of this, no matter what it is. Pulling you out of those depths. Those depths you are completely stuck in while nothing is going on. Because when a man can tap into his willpowers, those wills, there always is an exact way to an achievement. And it is through optimism. And once it's engaged in within a man's life, that effortless, uplifting feeling starts to come into play and can just lift him out of his depths onto those high mountaintops with those beautiful viewpoints from down below, seeing such a beautiful landscape ahead of what is to come. Being completely optimistic of reality itself. And a man can have the same exact effect to anything that is wandering within his reality around him. No matter what type of attitude or mental state is wandering around him, if that individual is trying to bring him down with them, or that they're just presently there with that man. If that man willingly puts out his optimistic viewpoints and just shows pure optimism towards that individual and everything around it, the environment, everything around it is naturally uplifted to the same types of heights that man is uplifted as well with his optimism. It's quite infectious. So have optimism and pull yourself out of those depths of procrastination.
Saint Perigene, patron saint of all forms of cancer. We ask you for your help in asking God to heal my cancer and keep it in remission. Pray for me so that I may live a long and faithful life.